Welcome to Flip Flop Tabletop, a collaborative comedy Dungeons and Dragons podcast where two friends take turns to play the same character and make the world up along the way. My name is Sam.
And I am Fred.
Nice to meet you, Fred.
Nice to meet you, Sam. How are you?
I'm hale and well met, as they say.
Do they say it in that context, though?
No, they don't.
Okay.
I think I just said that because what I didn't want to say is I can feel sweat dripping down the outside of my jaw.
It's so hot in this room. This is crazy. Damn you, English summer.
Ah, the hot room, the sauna. Do you think we should be recording in your sauna, Freddie? Do you think that was a smart idea to do?
I like it because it's like good for the skin. And, it's two birds with one stone.
Actually, can you just throw another stone on there?
Sure. Is that what happens in a sauna? I haven't been in one.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. And then you just sit and sweat and try not to make eye contact with strangers while
That's like what I do in the tube. All right, last time. What happened last time? We Rowe conquered a goat through civility and peace in a fair fight.
That doesn't sound like much, but it was intense, all right? So when you're telling your friends who haven't listened to this, don't tell them about the goat.
He beat a goat using civility and found the goat a new home with, what's his face, Barian. He acquired Watercracker. That's actually very important for Rowe.
Legal ownership.
Yeah, finally.
All right, and then he marched off, illuminated with candles, to confront the mysterious Templar Shadows.
He did.
What do you think he'll find there?
I really don't know. I don't know if he knows either. I think he just knows they seem bad. There's all signs point to badness with the Temple of Shadows.
He seems pretty certain. I do respect that about Rowe. He just sees the course, and he just goes that way.
Rowe rushes in.
Rowe rushes in.
You could say.
But,
all right.
But not that, because it's probably copyright.
I don't think so. Little shout out to the Adventure Zone there.
They're a better podcast than we are. So.
Yeah, you should go listen to them
don't
if you haven't
listen
yet.
To them.
Turn this off.
No, we don't need the comparison, Freddie. With that in mind, should we slip into a nice, comfortable game? A nice, sexy, sultry, satin-lined game of Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, yeah.
Scene. About lunchtime. Late afternoon now. No.
Past lunchtime.
Sometime in post-meridian.
Rowe has not been having lunch or really sleeping or anything. He's not been...
I was trying to establish the scene, but you do bring me to an important point. Rowe, as he stands in front of the Temple of Shadows, a scary-looking gothic edifice, which is incredibly incongruent in this small rural town. Imagine an evil-looking cathedral, which is 50 feet high with spires, but just in the middle of kind of weatherboard houses.
Wow.
Yeah, doesn't look right. Anyway, as Rowe stands outside this edifice, he's visibly wounded. There is blood coursing from nicks, scrapes, and little... I can't think of another word for wounds, but wounds.
Yeah, he got wounds.
Wow,
you're right. I've actually just checked his HP.
Yeah. In the hallowed terminology of Le Dungeon et Dragon, he is bloodied.
All right, well, that actually gives me the perfect opportunity to use a feature that Rowe has had since day one, and we've never really used it. He is a celestial warlock, obviously, through his unicorn alignment there. He has access to something called Healing Light. He's a healer. Who knew Rowe, the muscly man, was kind of a healer?
I always thought that he was a monster with a heart of gold.
Yeah. Well, he kind of is that too. He's got a bit of everything. He's a smorgasbord of, fantasy tropes.
Well, he's a smorgasbord, and I'm going to go up for 3 plates.
Slowly over time, and I'll put the crispy noodles at the bottom, and then chow mein on top, so they get So, there's
What
a
you
whole
want to
strategy.
load up your plate and then make sure you put the wontons on the side when everything else is on, because they're kind of spiky and can hold their own weight.
There's a whole strategy there.
Or actually, I mean, you can honestly also... A wonton actually can add quite a lot of structural integrity to the outer portion of your plate if you want to load it up a bit
Like
higher.
a wall.
Yeah, like a siding.
And it's kind of absorbent as well. It's got a lot going on. Anyway, Rowe's not going to need any of those techniques to heal himself.
He's not going to need
he can just do
a
that.
retaining wonton.
No. Rowe uses one of his retaining wontons to heal. He has 5 D6s which he can roll.
Freddie, just for the sake of people at home or on the commute or also on the sweaty tube, I think we need some sort of fancy cloak for this mechanic that you're so nakedly thrusting into their ears.
Right. So
what is he doing?
What's physically happening?
Yeah.
I think he...
Is he taking a few unicorn hairs and gently inserting them in his nose?
No. He would run out of... He's got an infinite number of these. Or he gets
Also, we
6 a
just
day.
didn't roleplay the bit where he went up to this new kind of god and was like, "Can I just steal some of your hair?"
Do you mind? I need those to use my healing.
But quite a lot
cantrip.
because I'm going to get injured.
No, I think he probably just it's a unicorn, so he has to put his he puts one hand on the unicorn tattoo and the other hand makes a horn on his head, and he gets healed for 1d6 each time he does that.
Yep, no, I'm happy with that.
So he does that once.
With the ritual gesture, he calls down the power of the god, and white light unfolds from the tip of his finger, which is simulating a unicorn horn, blessing him. And you see lacerations. That was the word I was looking for earlier. You see lacerations healing, and
he regains 3 hit points for that one. But he can do it a number of times. So he's going to do it again.
Cool, just carry on.
2.
This is audio gold.
3. That's another 5. Okay, we'll probably leave it at that.
He's slightly better. Just for the purposes of me who's kind of throwing things at you. Where are you at now?
He's at 19 out of 31.
So fine. Just totally fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Oh, I feel better. That was good.
He says to himself.
To the door that's just spoken to him.
I mean, that's actually probably a good time to Rowe maybe looks around. And so he's pounding on this dread portal of this shadowy temple. Old twisted oak with massive iron bolts and rivets going through it. And a knocker, which is in the shape of... it's in the shape of a really quite twisted gargoyle. But... as part of the trying to present a more business-friendly visage to the street, it's actually been... So rather than actually get rid of the gargoyle, they've just put on a little name badge on it. Which just says, "Hi, my name is Gargly.
Gargly. Does it
How
physically
can
say
I
that?
help you?" Yeah.
Actually,
yeah, it does.
Is it what was speaking to me last time?
No, that was a voice from the interior. But no, Gargly, as you're pounding on him, it says, "Hi, I'm Gargly. Can you stop pounding my nose like that, please?"
Well, I mean, you're a knocker.
I've got some great knockers.
Hey.
It's all right. I'm objectifying myself.
Good.
Well, what do you... But just stop, you big weird man. What are you doing?
I'm here to see the Temple of Shadows.
Oh,
I think there's someone behind the door there. I heard something. Can you let me in?
Yeah, Gargly says, "Of course I can, big fella. Happy to help. Please inquire within about the many wonderful packages that we offer. Remember, your dreams are only a portal away."
Yeah, that's not what I'm here for, but sure, let me in.
Okay.
I bang on the gargoyle again.
Archie! Archie, let him in! He won't stop banging my nose. You said this would stop if I'd be your mascot. But behind the door, you hear a creepy voice that you heard before, which says, "Who is it?"
Nice, you nailed that.
Yeah, I do impressions of you when you're... when you go to the bathroom when we're at the pub, I do impressions of you.
Who is it?
So I can do impressions of any voice that you can do.
Yeah.
And when you go to the pub, I'm like, I'm Freddy.
That was
I'm
way off.
stupid.
It's got you got.
Yeah, it's getting better. Who is it? Do you wish to enter upon one of our lifetime tours? Yes, lifetime tours for the elderly customer. You sound like an old man, I'm saying.
I'm a young man. Let me in and I'll show you.
Why am I talking through this door? This is so rude of me.
What does it look like inside? And just remember, the light from me surely is
Yeah.
radiating in now.
I'm glad that you remembered that, because I definitely remembered that also. So as the massive door creaks open, on the inside, you see a man wearing very dark grey robes. And he's got the cowl of his hood pulled up all the way forward, so it casts a heavy shadow over his face. Except that it doesn't, because you're such a powerful light source. And so you can actually just see quite a weedy ginger man. And he's just kind of like covering in his eyes. He's like, do you mind?
I need it for here. The darkness it's evil, and I've got light.
It's just rude. On his shirt, you can see another "Hello, my name is" badge, which says Archie.
Archie, is it?
Archie the Accursed, that's correct.
Accursed. See? That I don't like.
Accursed by our low prices.
What are they? Are they bad for business? They're so low.
We're really doing ourselves, we're doing you the favor and not ourselves. I'm sorry. And he stops for a second and then pulls out a little pad on which you can written like his sales script, and he just starts going through it. He goes, We are cursed by the low prices that we offer to you. You are the ones getting your wishes coming true.
Wow. Can I speak to your manager? You seem kind of... What, are you new here? How long have you worked here?
Not very long. I have been within these walls for 1,000 years.
Okay.
So I'm one of the new guys. I'll go and get my supervisor, whose name is Salisron, the Bewitched.
Salisron.
Junior sales manager.
Okay, so once he leaves the room, I want to look around, see. I kind of want to have a nosy here. Take this opportunity to have a look around.
Okay, so he heads. So you're in a quite a wide corridor. On either side of you are vaulted arches built into the corridor, and black heavy curtains hang with them, each kind of covered in cobwebs and other spooky shit.
Okay.
And the entire corridor is lined with guttering, dribbling wax candles.
Where did he go? Down the corridor.
He did go down the corridor.
And how many are there doors down there?
So you can see down the end. He disappears into a little curtained alcove coming off the main corridor to the left. But in front of you, you can see the corridor opens into a kind of wider space.
Yeah, as soon as he's gone, I'm just going to walk up there.
Straight up there?
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't even wait? I mean, the man's giving you his word, so rude, but okay.
Yeah, no, I don't trust these guys.
Okay, so you march, dead spiders crunching under your feet.
Oh my god.
As you find yourself in...
I want to pick up one of these spiders. I want to know are they real? Are they real? I'm because now it's so conflicting. It's is this whole thing an act by them? I want to see if the spider is real.
Okay, so you pick up the spider.
Do I need to roll?
I'd like you to roll an investigation.
Investigation. What about nature?
Investigation's
investigation's good.
Let's go with investigation.
Thanks. You know Rowe's character sheet quite well.
No, that's not why I'm doing it.
That's a 10.
Okay, as you stare at what appears at first to be a small black spider, on its back, its curled, hairy legs curling and hairy, curling up over it. You know,
Great
it's dead
descriptors.
spider. I'm a real poet. But as you stare at it, sitting in your palm, it suddenly seems to ripple and change under your inspection, and suddenly sitting in your hand is a black dead fly.
What? That's so confusing. I'm going to put it in my pocket.
Okay, but your pocket has suddenly turned into a dead fly. Whoa! No, that did that.
Okay, I put it in my pocket.
Your pocket. Okay, so I presume you carry on down the corridor.
Yes.
Further down the corridor.
But with suspicion, now
Okay.
that I've seen this spider turn
So
into a fly.
approaching on your left is the curtain, and you can hear kind of mumbled conversations from there.
Yeah, I want to listen in.
Okay. So you listen in. Yeah, maybe perception just to see how well you do.
Cool. That's a critical miss.
Suddenly, the voices stop. They've gone further away, or you just can't hear them.
Oh, no. Okay, well, so what? They're behind a curtain.
Yeah, I think what's happened is there's a sudden ringing in your ears. And actually, do you know what it is? Look, during the fight with Bone Jelly, you were thrown very hard against a barrel of beer, and there's a sudden ringing in your ears. And I want to talk to the listeners because serious brain damage is no joke, people. I think you're all right for now, but no, there's ringing in your ears, and you actually just can't make out what they're saying. You kind of shake your head, and it just carries on ringing, but you can't really make it out.
Oh, it's hard to focus. I'm kind of tired.
You haven't slept.
Yeah, I haven't slept in, well over 24 hours now.
Okay, actually, yeah, that's a good point. I meant to bring this up. I'm going to get you to roll a Constitution check, my friend.
Okay. Just while I'm feeling very constitute today. 7. I rolled a 7.
I'm no expert, but that's bad. All right, so due to after that bad roll, and due to quite a lot of combat and emotional situations and becoming blessed by a god, but not sleeping and getting drunk twice.
I slept that first night after the bear.
Okay, after the bear, I think you suddenly feel a wave of exhaustion wash over you, and you suddenly know that whatever's to come, you won't be quite as effective with your abilities.
Oh no.
Which is DM way of saying you
Disadvantage.
are exhausted, yeah. And you'll have disadvantage on ability checks.
Okay. All right, well, I'm going to continue on. I mean, can I go the room where I heard the voices? Can I go in there? Can I sneak in there?
So you can either carry on down the corridor to where the room opens up, or you can try and pull the curtain aside and sneak into the room.
I'll go ahead and up the corridor to where the room opens up.
Are you sure?
Yes.
100% sure that you, the glowing, like, candle flame flickering huge half orc, won't try and
Sneak.
sneak through a curtain?
Yeah, no, I'm going to walk
Like
ahead.
100%, just checking.
I've thought about it now, and I think actually maybe the light would give me away.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it might, actually.
Yeah. No, I'm going to walk straight ahead into the main room. My plan is to just like feign ignorance if they come out. And just be
Just
like,
this
what? I
glowing-
was
glowing-
just waiting.
I'm just waiting and glowing. I'm glowing. That's what I do.
I was glowing when I came in. You knew that when you went to get Celestron.
The security guard comes up and says, "Excuse me, sir, I have reason to believe you've stolen some glow." And you're like, No, I bought this glow with me.
Yeah.
This is my glow.
I have a receipt actually from
A different
the hardware
shop.
shop. Yeah.
Do you ever do that when you go to shops and you're just really worried that somebody's going to accuse you of stealing the thing you've already bought? And you're like, how am I going to prove it?
I can
This
remember,
is
like,
mine.
You'd show your receipt to the security guard when you went in if you'd just come from another store. All right, so I carry on up the hallway, a glow.
A glow.
A glow.
All right, so in front of you, the corridor ends in an archway. Again, some kind of twisted skulls embedded in all the bricks. It's pretty menacing.
They're very like on point thematically, aren't they?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Everything seems to follow. Everything matches. It's not like they have like a nice green flower pot. They don't have like a.
What are you talking about? They're wearing name badges.
That's true. That is true.
You can't. Yeah, don't ridicule me for my lack of incongruencies when I've got some incongruencies. All right, so inside you find a vast, echoing chapel-like space. The ceiling is miles above you, hidden in shadows, or it was, until you come marching through and just light up the entire space.
How does it look?
So directly in front of you is a sort of black stone altar, and it looks like it's stained by old dark liquids of some sort or another, he says, heavily implying blood. But what's most interesting about this space is that the pathway to the altar is completely crowded. So you're kind of like up on some steps, and the altar's up on a dais at the other end of the room. But between you and it is just a huge number of incredibly high mirrors with kind of twisting paths between them. So all set up like a mirror maze.
Wow.
But an evil mirror maze.
How tall are the mirrors?
So I'd say they're about 8 foot tall.
And how tall is the ceiling?
I'd say it's about 30, 40 foot high.
Bestie, do us a favor, would you? And just nip over there and check out that altar for me, would you? I'll wait here. No rush.
Yeah, no. Obviously, that's what I knew would happen. Didn't forget about Bestie again.
No, of course not. What
so-
does Bestie say to that?
Bestie says, "All right, Rowe. I enjoyed our last little outing together. It was fun. But you kind of forgot about me, didn't you? You sent me off after that goat."
No, I'd never forget about you, Bestie. That's why I called you Bestie.
"Well, I didn't go near it, Rowe. But I did see what happened, and it was fun."
You did great. You did such a good job. Do you like treats? Is there any treats that you like as a dragon?
"I do. I like insects and small rodents."
I've got the perfect thing. And I reach into my pocket and I give him the fly. Her? Can't remember if it was a boy or a girl.
To her.
Her. I give her the fly.
As her tongue reaches out to scoop up the fly, it again seems to kind of shift and flicker in a kind of cast shadows, and suddenly she's licking up a cockroach, which she chomps down with every sign of glee.
Hey, tell me, have you had cockroach before?
I have, Rowe.
Did that taste like a cockroach?
There's nothing like a cockroach. Just that crunch of those dirty, horrible things.
So when you ate that was a cockroach for sure. You'd recognize it, wouldn't you?
It did have a slightly odd taste, Rowe. A sort of oily taste. There's something there, isn't there? It's a bit weird. Have you tried them as well?
No, I want to make sure they're good for you, you know? Did you like that?
So you can eat them later?
I don't really eat cockroaches. I'm more, I'm a vegetarian.
Call back. So Bestie spreads wide her little chubby wings and beats at the air and leaps up into the ceiling.
I'm going to look through her eyes for the record so I can see.
Okay, just to note for foreshadowing reasons that so while you're looking through her eyes, you can't really control your own body. So it's like you go into a type of trance. And
no one will ever find Rowe's body. It's only a brightly illuminated 6.5 foot half orc covered in candles glowing from its core.
I can't see any. It sounds unobtrusive to me.
Yeah, he's out of the way.
Standing on the steps looking into the inner sanctum.
It's humble.
Okay, so as she flies up, so once you notice, like very right in the center of the maze, is a little space has been cleared among all of the mirrors, and in that space has been set up a small leather sofa, a pot plant, a water cooler, and a couple of boards showing the exciting tours that one can go on as part of Portal Tours Inc.
Wow.
So that's just like in the middle. So she's like seeing that as she flows over. So the room is about, I'm going to say it's about 60 feet long, and it's about 30 feet wide, and as discussed, about 30 feet high. She coasts gracefully through the air, like a ballerina on the winds themselves. And a light on the altar. And nothing really happens.
Can I see the fluid through her eyes? Is it what I think it is? Is it blood?
So you inspect it for a moment. There's like a whole lot of dark stains, which I think she can't necessarily readily identify. But she does notice that there's some really old kind of worn-in stains, but there's also there's some fresh stains, dark red, on top of the altar, in a kind of like ring shape, and there's some splashed, and then she notices kind of down the back of the altar there's a spilled bottle of red wine and a disused party popper.
Wow. What has there been, a staff party here or something?
I think there's been a staff party. It's the Festival of the Chummy Guard!
They love it here at the Temple of the Shadows. Okay, I'm going to call her back, I guess, and I think I'm just going to now that I've had a nosy around, I think I'll just go back to where I was waiting.
Okay, just before she arrives, though, suddenly you'll snap back to your body.
Oh, no.
Roll initiative.
Initiative?
Yeah.
All right. 14.
I got much higher. A hand is on your shoulder. You've been surprised thoroughly. You're at the mercy of whoever's grabbed you by the shoulder as you kind of snap back into your senses, but momentarily reeling from the spiritual travel that's just happened. The voice with its hand on your shoulder says, "Hello, sir. How can I help you?"
Oh, you startled me. I was just having a look around. Nothing, just having a look around your beautiful building here. What are these mirrors?
I'm Salazron, the Bewitched, junior sales manager here. So is there any chance you could turn that down slightly?
Yeah, sure. And I turn off the light, so Rowe's body is no longer glowing, and I look down and I blow out 2 candles that are on my chest. Is that
Over
better?
your nipples, look.
Yeah,
Nipple
yeah.
candles. It's a cool image.
Yeah. The rest is still burning, though. I don't want to be complete darkness, because then...
Ladies and gentlemen at home, Freddie did the little motion, looking at his nipples when he did it.
I'm in the zone, man. I'm imagining that I'm
really solid
blowing out my
roleplay.
nipple candles.
All right, so Salazron the Bewitched then says, "So I'm very sorry to tell you this, but I'm afraid that Portal Tours is currently closed, and I'm sorry my associate should have told you this when you came in, but we've actually had to shut down due to some unscheduled maintenance to one of our main attractions."
Since when? When did this happen?
Today.
What happened?
Well, I don't want to kind of go into it, but one of our more interesting packages is just currently unavailable.
How did you get access to this portal, and what is through there?
I'm sorry. As I said, I'm Salazron the Bewitched, just a junior sales manager. You'd really have to talk to the Black Heart to really. I mean, I'm afraid that he's our he's branch manager here, and he's much more. It's above my pay grade.
Where is the Black Heart? I say it like that because I feel like that's what he likes.
He's as close as stepping into the maze, and he'll find you in there. The Black Heart always finds you.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely go into the maze. I feel like, and I know I have disadvantage on checks, but I want to say I've seen this maze from above, so I'd like to have.
Didn't memorize it though, did you?
Nah, I mean, I took a good squiz. I mean, it can't be that big. Like, the room's only... How big's the room?
Like I said, 60 feet long, 30 foot wide, 30 foot high.
Okay, yeah, I am going to go into the maze.
So right in front of you is the kind of entrance to the maze, and there's a line of stones set in the ground, kind of marking the entrance between the two large mirrors. As soon as you step over, suddenly there's this sense of jolt, quite similar to actually when you veer into Bestie, and suddenly you're in a different space, or suddenly everything looks different, and the mirrors, which were just mirrors placed on the ground, are suddenly huge reflective shards of kind of something crystalline that stretch up into distant shadows, and they extend all the way in front of you, and you turn around and they extend all the way behind you.
Is it still a maze?
Yes.
Okay. Wow, that's quite the image. They really have a high budget.
They do. Good production values. The sales team are really pleased with the effort they put in.
Can I do an Arcana check real quick? I know I've got disadvantage, but I just want to see what I know about this. That's a 3. Do I know anything with my 3?
Rowe is baffled.
Yeah, I mean, that kind of makes sense, I guess. Where's Bestie in all this? Did she come through? Is she in this world of magical path stepping over?
No, I don't think so.
Damn. Bestie! Does it echo? I'm imagining it to be an echoey space.
Echo. No, she doesn't reply.
All right, well, I guess I'm just going to... I don't think Rowe gets deterred by a little bit of hardship. I think he's just going to, press on with the maze as well as he knows how. I don't know if you want me to do some checks or something, or if you've got a maze mechanic, but I just want to, find my way. I'm going to basically take all the left turns to start with.
So what I'm going to do is Rowe's on a path, a mystical path.
Quite literally, it seems.
Yeah, I think maybe just a pure... I could go survival.
Okay, I'm going to roll survival.
How we're going to do is, you're going to get your roll several times, and each will determine how long Rowe wanders through the maze.
How many times do I roll?
You need 3 successful rolls to make it to the center of the maze.
Okay, well, that's a critical miss to start off.
Okay, so Rowe, immediately setting off with his plan to follow the left path, takes the first left, and then without thinking takes the next right.
Damn my low intelligence.
Rowe walks for what seems like hours. I mean, it's hard to tell in this space. It's shadowy. He hears sounds. He like time and distance are lost, but he senses he feels hunger and exhaustion. I think mostly hunger, though. What food does Rowe have with him?
Oh, it's a bag of carrots.
Yeah,
I see you've added that.
Yeah.
That's cool. I've got carrots, and I have... That's all I have. I just have carrots.
Yep.
Rowe's got carrots.
So I think you've got a bag of carrots. I'm going to say it's a little... I'm going to say you've got 6 carrots.
Okay, I'm going to eat a carrot.
Nice.
Does it satiate
Just
me?
once in 4 hours? Just
Has
one
it been
carrot?
4 hours?
It's 4 hours, yeah.
I only have 6. I'm going to pace myself. Yeah, I'm just going to have 1.
Okay, so Rowe, tiring of this, decides to once again try and find a path and stick to it. Maybe he sees dusty footprints in the ground and decides to follow them to see where they head.
Okay.
Survival again.
Actually, what Rowe's going to do is... Don't know if you know this, but Rowe's a magic user, Sam.
Is he?
He has magic.
No, I thought he was a warlock, which meant that he could lock wars so that people couldn't steal
Just force
his
him to
war.
continue forever. Oh, just prevent
It's like
him
a
from being
bike
stolen.
lock, so people doesn't steal your bikes.
I'm going to steal my war.
If you're like a general, you want to lock up your army so no one walks off with them.
He's a warlock.
Yeah.
No, in the spellcasting sense, he's a warlock. And he's going to cast...
I really didn't feel I got the results I wanted with that warlock bit, but okay, move on to your thing.
I wish that joke the best of luck going through the edit phase of the podcast, Sam. I hope it makes it through. I'm rooting for you, buddy.
Cool.
So I'm going to cast Spider Climb.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what Spider Climb does is one willing creature I touch, that's me, Rowe, I'm willing, gains the ability to move up, down, and across vertical surfaces and upside down along ceilings while leaving its hands free. The target also gains a climbing speed equal to its walking speed. So this lasts for an hour. I touch myself and I can climb the walls now. And I'm just going to go to the top of the maze mirrory bits
Okay.
and get around.
You begin climbing the walls. And I mean, it's difficult, even for a little spider boy. I mean, so your hands kind of slide under you as you go up this kind of magical reflective surface. And if I'm honest, it's also reflecting your entire body back at you, and
I check myself out.
you check yourself out. You know, you got a weird double chin. You got a double chin because of the angle. And you're like, ugh.
This is not the light. The light is not supposed to come from here.
Which is an interesting point, because there's actually very little light apart from the ethereal light permeating the space. The only light left is, I think now all of the candles that you've got attached to you are now out.
That's okay. I don't have the time or skills to relight them, but I can just use light again, and I'll cast it on myself, because I like the feeling of the light within me, because I'm magic, and I like to do magic-y things. So I'm just going to light up.
Okay, so as you climb up successfully to the top, so it turns out that the pillars continue up for, again, what feels like hours before you get to the top, which turns out to be a mirror image of the ground that you were on before, but it's a ceiling. But like they're the same cobbles that you're walking on, and you can see dust like piling up on the ceiling. But it is a ceiling, but it's like, you know, gravity doesn't reverse, but it's like a mirror image of the ground. Does that make sense?
Right. No, I get it. So the walls go all the way up to the roof, and it's just the same down. So really being able to climb the walls doesn't help me, because there's no top of the walls.
No, it doesn't. But I will say, do you want to roll that second survival roll? There is a sense that Rowe suddenly, as the light emanates from him again, suddenly he feels like he can almost see, like the shadows kind of withdraw from around him, and it's kind of, he almost feels like he can see glints of light kind of flicking back and forth between the various different mirrors, the paths and columns as they head off in the direction in various different ways.
Okay, cool. So that's like getting rid of my
disadvantage. That's got rid of your disadvantage. You would have advantage otherwise.
15.
Yeah, actually, no. I think that just takes you all the way. So you manage to follow the twists and turns through the columns. It doesn't feel like you're following any particular path, but as you follow the reflections of your light, which seem to only go in certain directions, after another little bit of travel, it only takes you about 5 minutes.
Oh, that's fine.
Suddenly you find yourself in the waiting room at the center of the maze.
Okay, is it what we saw before? The leather couch, the flyers?
So I assume you're back on the ground. You've come out of spider climb.
Don't assume that.
Okay, no, just.
I'm going to go up to the one that's on the ceiling and sit on the couch up there.
I did say gravity wasn't reversed. Oh, you've got spider climb.
I got spider climb.
Okay, cool. As you enter the waiting room, or as you approach it and scrabble up to the mirror reflection of it on the ceiling, you see the pot plant, you see the sales material, you see the small leather sofa, and sitting with one ankle resting on his knee is a figure in a black robe.
Is he on the ceiling as well?
Yeah, he is. So because of how the shadows work, I don't think you can see the ceiling and the floor at the same time.
Okay, that's interesting. So yeah, I'm definitely going to go to the ceiling one just because I just want to see what the effects of that are. Rowe's a curious type.
Okay, so you've got spider climb, so there's very little, like you literally just walk over into the room. I think for those listening at home, there's a sudden weird bit where the camera actually suddenly inverts and you're like, whoa, my senses are fucked. But for Rowe, there's really no difference. And you walk into the waiting room where the man sitting casually in his deep robe, again, the cowl isn't actually doing much. It's easy to approach and stands up and steps forward with his hand outstretched and says, "You must be Rowe."
Yeah, I am. Did you get lost in the maze too?
That's one way of putting it, I suppose.
I'm going to reach out my hand, and when I shake it, I'm going to cast light on him.
Cool. Okay, so he reaches out to... I assume that just works, doesn't it?
It just works.
Okay, so as your hand stretches out to touch him, suddenly, from his flesh, which at first seemed... The bits that you could see were kind of withered and had kidney spots. And then as you touch him, suddenly light springs forth. And as that radiance glows out from him at the center of the maze, suddenly you find yourself just back in the room that you were in before. The mirrors are suddenly not sky high, but are actually like 8 foot tall and just like resting on little metal stands. Like, you're just back in the room.
Am I on the floor now?
Yeah, you're on the floor.
Huh.
And he, instead of being a withered old man, is actually just a man of about 55. He's kind of balding and he's got quite a red face. And he's sort of like, why am I glowing? What did you do to me? What is this?
I'm not as into darkness as you. Although I've got to admit, that's quite an operation you've got going here. There's a lot of planning must go into this.
Of course it does. We're part of the experience economy. This takes a lot of work. You've taken away my magic, you idiot. Why would you do that?
I want to be on a level playing field or above.
Sir, I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
No, I need to know more about what you've got going on here. I don't know, I'm suspicious of this whole operation, but I need to know more about the portal and what you're doing with it.
The portal is none of your concern.
It's actually a lot of my concern. I
Says
kind of
who?
have my own thing going on which does concern the portal that you don't know about. So you tell me about it, and maybe I'll tell you a bit about what I know.
So what are you doing now? So I feel you're at a bit of impasse. Are you going threatening? Are you going, how are you, he's asked you to leave. How are you moving this on?
No, okay, I think Rowe's going to go at it diplomatically and charismatically and just try and... Because now I don't think he sees that like a lot of it's just for show and it is maybe just the tourism thing and they're putting on this whole act. But, he doesn't that doesn't mean they're out of suspicion. He just wants to know more and he thinks he can maybe talk to this person who's now just a 50-year-old red-faced man. And he has information about the portal and he knows he's got something they want. So he wants to just have a conversation with them and try and reason with them.
Okay. Is he going to give him... So go on, lead off with your diplomacy.
So I suggest maybe an exchange of information here. I know about the portal. I know what's wrong with the portal. I'm sure you'd like to fix it. I'm sure your tour rests on it. But I need to know what you're doing with it. I can't just allow the portal tours to continue until I know what's going on.
Why would you try and get in the way of our portal tours?
I'm not. I'm not saying I'm in the way. I can help you if you help me.
Well, I think that you've shut down our portal tours. What have you got against our small business?
I haven't.
I'll talk to the burgomaster.
You've got no reason to think that. I know what's happened. I'm not saying I did it. Though maybe I did, you don't know.
Well, I think you did now. That's exactly what I think.
I'm not gonna... You need to tell me what's going on, or I'm not gonna fix it.
Okay, roll charisma.
I mean, you say charisma, do you mean...
Persuasion.
13.
Acceptable. He kind of collapses a bit. Like, you can see his shoulders slump, and he just says, "Oh, Rowe, I mean, never kid a kidder. I always knew the game would be up eventually. Yes, I'm the Black Heart. I run this place. I mean, it's a little franchise, but I thought that this is exactly what I wanted. And
I mean, it's not that little. It's humongous. The amount of effort you're pouring in here. It's insane. It's suspicious, frankly.
No, I mean, we have been we have been blessed, obviously, and I mean,
more like cursed. Look at this place.
That's all branding. I mean, it's you met Archie?
Yeah, I mean that kid's he's a whippersnapper.
Look, the honest truth is, my name is not the Black Heart. That's a title. It's a branding thing.
Is there a Black Heart in every branch of the Temple of Shadows? Is that how this works? It's like a position
all across the land. In every place where there's a portal, there's a Black Heart.
You're the Black Heart of the
making money
Kidney
off
Stone
it.
chapter.
Exactly. My real name is Roy Atkinson.
Roy Atkinson.
Roy Atkinson.
You look like a Roy, actually. More than a Black Heart, I would say.
That's quite a professional insult. I've put a lot of effort into the menacing. Now, Rowe, tell me what you've done to our portal.
No, you go first, man. I'll tell you after.
Well, the Black Heart are an ancient company devoted to making money off the existence of the portals that litter the pretty flower coasts. And my God, do we make money off these innocent rubes. Ha ha! The only thing that can stop us is the White Heart.
Wow.
Who also seek to make money off the portals.
Wow, a competing brand.
Yeah, they're constantly trying to shut us down. I mean, we've never actually seen them sending people through, but they're always trying to stop us sending people through the portals.
How is that a competing brand?
Well, we assume it's a commercial competition thing. Why else would they not want us to send innocent travelers through a portal into an unknown land?
An unknown land. Yeah, where do they go? And what do you do through there? Seeing as we're talking heart to heart here.
Black heart to heart.
Yeah. You saw where I was going.
We don't do package deals. It's very much we provide a destination and experience, and then it's up to people to. A lot of people actually enjoy it so much that they stay.
Not a lot of. I haven't actually spoken to anyone who's been and come back. It's funny that. Have you been through?
No, my lord has forbidden it.
Who's your lord?
No, I can't tell you that. That's a secret.
Well, you've kind of told me that he exists. Telling me his name. What is his name? A secret? Or surely it's his existence that would be the secret, not his name. May as well tell me his name.
Okay, roll persuasion. Well, fair.
Oh, that's a 21.
Okay.
In for a penny, in for a pound. That's what I say.
My lord is...
And you're in for a pound if you don't tell me.
He who dwells in the shadows, the master of illusions, the god of trickery, none other than Unflattering Lampoon.
Unflattering Lampoon?
Don't take my lord's name in vain.
That sounds like an automatically generated name. Like an Xbox gamer tag.
No, that's his name. Unflattering Lampoon.
Yeah, I'm writing it down.
On what?
And I've got some scroll and I've got some parchment here.
And Rowe, I have... I have some bad news for you.
Oh?
You're right in the center of my lord's power, and whatever you say, I know that you've had something to do with shutting down our operation.
No.
How have you defied us like this? Why? We're just your friendly neighborhood shadow coven.
Okay, so Rowe's going to lie here. He's so I guess I probably will need to roll, but to roll. I'll need to roll. So what he's gonna say is, I didn't disable your portal, but I know who did.
Tell me, Rowe.
Well, the thing is, you'll never find him. He went through the portal. He's a unicorn. He seems like the exact opposite of this kind of get-together. He's a creature of light, and he disabled the portal and went through, and you'll never catch him.
What color of light?
White light.
Ha 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 ha! Roll perception.
Perception? 12?
Okay, so suddenly I think that you see the figure next to you on the sofa, which is still funny.
Yeah, I forgot that we're just
This
hanging out on a sofa.
This whole conversation has been on a leather sofa, so you've been turned to face each other, and each time you moved, there'd be like a squeak of kind of sweaty sofa.
And the pillows are kind of like, the weight of each other is like pushing the other one up.
The whole time that you've been in the center of the maze, there's been a flickering of shadows, and suddenly your light shining seems to kind of flicker because the light is coming straight out of Roy Atkinson, and you've been totally convinced that Roy Atkinson is just a glowing fat old man, and then suddenly you just notice a slight chink in that flicker. Just for a second, as the illusion flickers, you realize that the glowing figure of a fat old man next to you is not that at all, but is a centaur with its hind legs kind of on the sofa and the rest of it like forward, kind of looking back over its shoulder at you, but quite a distance away. It's a horse sitting down on the sofa.
No wonder his voice sounded slightly further away, and no wonder my pillow is pushed up so high underneath the weight of that.
Suddenly the air goes cold, and the illusion of the fat man just drops entirely, and standing before, and then you can just see the figure of the centaur, And there's a low laugh. Rowe, I see that you see through me. You've seen through my trickery. I'm not Roy Atkinson. It's none other than I. Unflattering Lampoon, the god of trickery and illusions.
Dear God.
Now, Rowe, I've got some bad news for you. You're in the middle of a bit of a spider's web. And I'm the spider. I'm losing faith in my analogy. Rowe, you've sided with, well, I won't say an enemy of mine, but definitely somebody that I wouldn't mind pushing in a well. I won't tell you his name, but he's got a big fucking horn sticking out of his stupid horse face. Now, Rowe, you're going to have to decide at some point in the future. With that, he reaches down one finger from his human form, not like a hoof, and he touches the other shoulder. Not the one with the unicorn tattoo.
Oh!
The bare shoulder. And suddenly on that shoulder appears the black, burned-in figure of a centaur grazing on your shoulder.
Oh my God!
And just before he disappears, he says, "Oh, and by the way, it was a bad idea to let your familiar absorb a part of my realm into her. Why don't you call your familiar?" And he disappears in a puff of smoke.
Wow. Okay, yeah, I guess I will call out for Bestie, even though the clearly bad man has told me to do so, because I'm worried about her. Bestie, are you there?
Rowe,
Where are you, girl?
Rowe.
I'm gonna touch a hand on myself and cast light again.
Okay, so with the light, you can see kind of hiding in the corner of the room, behind the pot plant, a little shadowy figure in red and black.
Oh, and I go, and it just, does she look injured, or is she okay?
So as you pick her up, and as you approach with the light coming from you, you kind of hear a strange wooden clattering sound. And as you pick her up, you see that she's been turned into a wooden puppet of a dragon.
No! Does it have like the little, does it have the little strings and the little...
No, it doesn't have strings. And like she can still fly, but she's just a puppet now.
Why are you a puppet now?
I'm not sure, Rowe.
Are you okay?
Rowe, I feel a bit funny.
Yeah, I don't, it must have been that bad cockroach.
I don't like the bad horsey man. I don't like him.
No, that's really mean. I'm not okay with that. I mean, I'm gonna fix you. Don't worry. And I kind of rack my brain through my list of spells because Rowe's new to magic and he doesn't know what he knows. And he tries to think of something that could help her, but he knows there's nothing. Like he really doesn't have anything that might help. Are you hurt? Does it hurt?
Rowe, it's worse than that. I can't feel anything, Rowe. I can't feel the wind on my wings.
Oh no, well you can't fly?
I can fly, but
Doesn't feel right.
it's like being numb, Rowe. I feel numb.
We'll get you fixed. I will make him fix you, don't you worry.
Thanks, Rowe.
Yeah,
But also, I might not eat any cockroaches in a while.
No, I get it. That's fair enough. I mean, I had bad fish once. I never eat it. Okay, here, you can go. Do you want to hop in my bag or something?
Yes.
Okay, here you go. It'll keep you nice and safe. Rowe's like completely worried about Bestie. This is like absolutely distressing for him. He's going to. What way did
Unflattering Lampoon.
Where did Unflattering Lampoon go?
Oh, I love my name. He just kind of burst into a cloud of shadowy smoke and disappeared.
Okay, well, I just need to get out of this maze, so Again, I'm going.
So within the waiting room, there's, I mean, it's literally just a ring of mirrors, and there's only really one path out. So like you're in a circular area, sort of thing.
Right. Okay. So yeah, Can I look around the room? Is there anything worth looking at in here, or not?
So you look back at the sofa, which you notice is kind of the cushions are crushed on one side where a horse sat on it, and on the other side, it's just completely ripped, just like slashed and ripped up. And putting two and two together, you think it's probably because you sat on the sofa wearing a knife harness.
It doesn't have knives on it anymore. It's
Yeah,
got
it
candles.
does.
It's got
No.
candles.
The candles are stuck on the knives.
Ah, okay.
Other than that, there's the pot plant and the sales material. Let's have you roll a little investigation on the sales material.
Cool. Yeah. Well, I did.
He says with a big hint.
Yeah, I want to do that. I mean, obviously, I was going to grab one and take one anyway, but it's low, Sam.
Is it?
It's 6.
So I don't think you notice anything in particular.
But I'm going to take it with me and read it later because it's low light in here.
Okay,
I know
yeah,
it needs
and it
another
is
read
low
later.
light. Like, I mean, says the glowing half orc.
It's still like to read from. It's not great.
Okay, so to take one, so they're A2 poster size, kind of cardboard. Like it's not. It's like the glossy things that you can like look around. They're sitting on easels while you kind of wait. Like you can kind
Right,
of read
okay,
them.
they're not
more like
brochures.
posters, but you can take them.
Yeah, I will.
Okay, so with them kind of tucked under, are you gonna like?
I'll just fold them. I'm not trying to like preserve their integrity.
Okay. So you fold them up and
I don't feel precious about them.
stow them about your harness somewhere.
Yeah. I tuck them underneath a buckle or something.
Just stab them on the knife.
Yeah, I am going to do that actually. On the 2 candle like slots, which are now like burnt out, I will like stick them to my chest.
Okay, so the man wearing the sandwich board advertising the mystical holidays.
Oh no, I've got it facing inward so other people won't see it and want to go to it.
You don't advertise things you don't believe in.
No.
That's very moral of you.
Yeah.
Anyway, the man wearing the blank sandwich board, still ridiculous, steps over the line of raised cobbles and once again finds themselves in the eerie depths of the Shadow Maze.
Oh.
But it's actually just still, you're just still in the room, like nothing magical happens. They're actually just mirrors on. You could probably push them over.
I'm going to try that. I'm going to try and push them over.
Okay, roll strength.
8.
I mean,
I'm so tired.
they're not even bolted to the floor. Let's say you just lean on it wearily. And the one in front of you just kind of... I don't know what's squeaking. Just starts tipping, and then smash hits the one behind it, and then smash, and there's just glass flying everywhere, and it's just this huge shattering sound.
Okay, well now I'm gonna walk out of the temple like an absolute badass with like mirrors shattering behind me, and fling open the door and walk out, and I'm not even gonna give a pleasant goodbye to the gargoyle.
Gargly,
Gargoyle.
see you again soon.
Yeah, you will. And I walk off.
That was ominous, the gargoyle says to itself.
All right, that was episode number 5 in the hottest recording studio of all time. But we made it through, and I'm really happy with it. That was very fun. I'm glad to see what was in there.
I
in that
really
Temple of
enjoyed that
Shadows.
one. As you say, hot in here. Next time,
So hot.
let's just record in the Sahara.
Yeah, I guess so.
I had a lot of fun with that one. Like, Rowe's got this whole kind of clashing, like, kind of patrons thing
That
now.
was out of nowhere. I was really impressed with that. That was
nice.
cool. I don't know. I mean, it seems now the decision is obvious, but he's got this tattoo there. It's like, it's going to bug him. It's like, yeah.
I hope you like that, because it's now stuck on our character forever. So
No, that's brilliant. That was very clever.
backsies. Yeah. Loved your spider climb.
Yeah, it's good. I like that I found mirrors up there. I can guarantee they weren't there until I put on Spider Climb, but it's cool to like...
it was thematic, all right? It made sense.
No, it made total sense. I love it.
Yeah, no, I'm actually, I'm still not entirely, I'm not entirely sure whether the Blackheart are, or the Blackheart are goodies or baddies, the Temple of Shadows, but
I mean, that one guy, unflattering lampoon, he seems kind of bad. You know, I mean, the things he did were bad. I'm so worried about Misty now.
I mean, it's fine when you're playing the villain, and I was like, oh man, this is going for quite a lot of pathos. This is quite
I'm gonna
sad.
really hurt. Like, yeah, when next episode, you're gonna have to feel the pain of a sad, like, oh, I'm what now, Misty. I'm gonna make you feel that.
I want to be a real dragon.
Yeah, you've turned Misty into like a Pinocchio type character. Anyway, that was episode 5, everyone. Thank you very much for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.